Good evening, traders. Right, today's Sunday night, so I'm going to do a webinar. Right, let's start from our this dollar index. Right, we start from a monthly time frame. There's really not much to talk about because it's still the same. Right, so let's go to the weekly, and we can see right now the price is actually still inside this weekly supply. Right, so again, compared to last week, what happened to last week? Again, not much different from last week. Basically, you can see the price actually just you can see that this is last 2 weeks the same. Right, so let's see what happened. Right, there's really nothing that we can talk about on this weekly time frame. Right, because it's still exactly the same. On the daily time frame. Okay, there's nothing, right? Nothing we can talk. Let's see this week where we're going to go. Okay, and let's move on to our pound dollar. Now, this pound dollar is a currency which I pay attention. I promise to babysit this one. So you can see the monthly we are in the no directions, right? We do not have to really just look at this sideways market. We are in the sideways market, right? So if I'm going to say that this market is in an uptrend, basically I need to see the price move above this high, move above this high, isn't it? Right? So long as the price is just trading inside this range, I will just take it as we are in the no directions. Right? So the monthly we are in the no directions. Now we go to the weekly. On the weekly time frame, let's draw a trend line. Right? So we draw a trend line from this low to this low. Right, so you can see that we basically connect this RP to this RP, and we have a full candle close below the trend line. Right, so we can say that previously we were in an uptrend. Price removed the supply, price removed the second supply, and it arrived on this weekly supply and the hold. Price bounced back to the demand in hold, and now the demand is in control. Right, but we are in the no directions. Right, so monthly no directions, weekly no directions. So what kind of trade setup can we come to this conclusion? Very easy, right? It is a location setup. Right, so we look for location trade. Now location trade we can look for buy or we can look to sell. Right, it all depends on where is the current price. Right, we can look for buy and sell. Okay, so the next step what we do is we identify where is our demand and supply. Now, on the weekly time frame, I've already identified where is our supply. You can see that we have ERC. At the base of ERC, this is the supply, right? So this is our base drop, right? And you can see the price rally to this supply, it get rejected. And over here we have a demand, right? So the current price right now is somewhere in the middle of nowhere, right? Which we call, I call this is a no man's land, right? Price can go either up or it can be coming down, okay? So from current price, I'm not going to do anything unless if the price rally out, then I look for sell. If the price comes down, I look for buy, right? Because that's location trade. Yeah, we look for location trade. We just wait for price to either high or low, right? So when I go down to the daily, you can see that this is my weekly demand, and on the daily demand, you can see that this is my daily demand, right? And the price drop to this daily demand, it rally up. We can, just how we mentioned, the weekly demand is controlled, and now daily demand obviously is also in control, right? So the thing is, we have a base drop over here, right? This is a base drop. Now this is validated because it removed the supply over here, the demand over here, right? Make a low here. So this is validated, right? So this is validated. We can say that we can basically draw a demand over here. Okay. All right. Okay. So now what can we do right now, right? You can see that we have a weekly supply L1, weekly supply L2. Okay. So for me to sell, I would like to see the price rally up to this level, right? Which I have a daily supply within the, you can see this is my daily supply within the weekly supply. So if I can see the price rally up higher, right, I would like to look for a sell. but not so much of this supply, right? This supply we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. I mean, it's okay, but I just prefer to sell at a supply which is within the higher time frame supply, right? But of course, when the price next week finally rally up here, it might react, which again we don't know, right? If we see a confirmation trade there, let's say the price rally up to this supply, and then it hold, then it drop. Like obviously, when the price rally up, then we can look to sell here, right? So I will only look to sell provided I go in the confirmation entry, because basically we can see that the trend line is also removed, right? If I draw a trend line here, you see the trend line is removed, so I'm not allowed to put the sell limit there, right? But it's a confirmation entry, sure, why not, right? But still, better still, I prefer to wait for price to rally up higher for the higher supply before I look to sell. But if I have a confirmation entry here, well, I'll take a trade there, right? So now, what if the price did not rally and we see the price start to drop, right? And we have a demand here, but this demand is no longer fresh, right? So I'm not interested to take this demand, right? So I'm looking to buy when the price drops to this demand, which is this demand, okay? Now, at the same time, if I look further to the left, I can see that I have another demand not too far away. So in this case, I have a LOL concept, right? So that means that I might see the price drop into this level before it starts to rally up, right? So this is a very, very interesting level I'll be watching coming week, right? To look to buy, and also we can look to sell, right? So again, pound dollar gives us opportunity there. Let's pay attention to pound dollar in the incoming week. All right. So let's move on to the euro dollar. Now, in euro dollar, we start from the monthly. Monthly, we are in the downtrend, right? Weekly, we are basically in a sideways, right? So sometimes it's very clear cut. We don't even have to draw any trend line. You can see that if for this price to rally up higher, to say that we are in an uptrend, right? First of all, it has to remove this resistance. For me to say that this trend is going to continue, it has to remove this low. That's all, right? If you remove this, then I say, okay, price is like this one, right? So at the moment, what is the trend? No directions, right? So the monthly down, weekly no direction. All right. So if we see the price rally up higher and there's a good supply there, we can look to sell because we'll be selling on the location plus trend, right? Because the higher time frame is downtrend. If the price drop lower, right, we can look for location to buy, but bear in mind the higher time frame is down, right? So we just have to bear that in mind. Now weekly we are in no directions. Daily, right, basically not much of different, right? So if weekly no directions and the monthly is down, we will learn to look for a sell opportunity, right? Sell opportunity. So let's start from the monthly. Where is our monthly supply? This is a drop-based drop. Okay, so there is a supply there. Okay, there's a supply. Okay. As for demand, we put a line here and we scroll all the way to the left and see where is the demand. Okay, the demand is rally-based rally. We have a demand here. This 4 candle, 5 candle. Okay. Right there. So now, based on the monthly time frame, you can see that the current price is very, very high on the locations, right? So, and the monthly is down, so obviously it is good to look for buy and look to sell, right? Now, when you go to weekly, now do we see any of the let's mark for supply demand first, right? For the current price, we look up and look for the supply. Is there a supply here? This one didn't remove anything. This one it didn't remove anything, right? So this one, no. This supply removes the low, right? This supply remove this low. Okay. So we have a supply, weekly supply here. Alright. Now weekly demand. From the current price we drop down, we look to the left. Now we have a rally based rally. This one. Okay. So you can see now right now on the weekly time frame we have the supply, we have the demand. Right now the current price is somehow low on locations, right? So we go to the daily right now and see if there any opportunity. On the daily, the monthly is down. Let's recap. Monthly is down. Weekly is no directions. Okay, so ideally we should be looking for a sell, right? So if I work from the current price and look up, these are all compressed movement. You can see that price drop, base drop, price pull back and drop, price pull back and drop. That means to say that this supply will be easily removed, this supply will be easily removed. So these are the things that I'm not interested to sell. If I want to sell, I'll be looking at this area, right? So we draw our supply here on that 3 candle, and this is a D1 supply within the weekly supply within the monthly supply, right? So that is a good area that we can look to sell should the price rally up to this area, and look to sell. Okay, coming week. Now can we look to buy or not? Right, let's take a look. Yeah, can we look to buy? But remember, if we buy, we're buying against the higher time frame. Yeah. So the current price, this trend line is in place. Okay. Let's identify our supply. Drop and here. Drop, base, rally, right? Okay. So if I'm able to see the price, instead of price rally up for me to sell, but if I don't see that happen and I see the price start to drop, right? So this is the demand that I'll be looking at to buy, because that demand is the D1 demand within the weekly demand, right? So that will be the area looking to buy when the price rally up. Okay, so that is the euro dollar. Let's move on to the next one, New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar, we are downtrend into this monthly demand, right? Monthly demand. This going to the weekly. Okay, we are in the downtrend. Daily. Okay, there was a trade which I took last week, right? I short it there, and price came down. So on the daily we are in a no direction, weekly we are in a downtrend, monthly we are in a downtrend, but the price dropped into the demand. Right now, this is not demand in control, right? Demand in control is provided we see a price rally back up, then we can say that price rejected by the demand, and the demand is in control, moving away on the opposite directions. But right now, it is not demand in control, right? So the price just simply dropped to this demand on the monthly time frame, and we are in the downtrend. On the weekly, we also in the downtrend, right? So the high odd opportunity will be just looking to sell and not buy, right? So where to sell? On this daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, we have a supply there, not fresh. We go to the daily, you can see that this supply also is not fresh, right? The price has been there for a couple of times. Price rally up 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Okay. So since the monthly is down, weekly is also down, right? The most logical trade that we should look for New Zealand dollar should be sell, right? Wait for price to rally up. But the question is, wait for price to rally up to where before we start to sell. On the weekly time frame, you can see that there is a level. Let's mark it off. Okay, that is the weekly supply you're looking at. If you go to our daily, okay, so we can actually look for price to sell should we see the price rally up back here again, right? Again with confirmation entry, right? Because this is actually the weekly supply, and then yeah. Now we go to the H4. See, is there anything there? Okay, it's really not. I don't see a very obvious setup there. So most likely we'll just leave this out, right, for the next coming day. But yeah, as the week opened, right, and the market continued to move, then we might see opportunity there. But for the time being, I don't think the New Zealand dollar have any opportunity. Now moving forward to the dollar CAD, you can see the dollar is very strong, right? I think starting from monthly, weekly, the same thing. On the weekly time frame, we have identified a demand, but the price did not come back to the demand, and it rally up again, continue rally up again. Right? So we go down to the daily, and we see that this is the demand, and now we have a new demand. You can see that there's a new demand here. Right? So weekly up, monthly up, daily up, right? So and this price actually has not removed this high yet, so we can't say this is a validated demand, right? So sorry, I need to remove this, right? Because the price has not removed the high. But next week, when we see the price remove the high, then we can say that this is a demand, and wait for price to retrace back the demand, we buy and continue to go up, right? Very simple. Okay, very easy. Okay, so that is the dollar CAD, right? Next pair is what else? Dollar yen. Now in dollar yen, we are in the uptrend monthly. Weekly, we are in the rally again, and price drop back to this demand, weekly demand. I can see price. Oh, sorry, almost drop back almost to the demand, and it rally. Okay, so sideways market, it rally, price jumping across the creek back up to this, and then looks like price is going up again. Okay, but problem is at the moment the price is coming to the higher time frame supply, which is I think the weekly or the monthly supply. Therefore, that's the reason why we see the price hesitate. Okay, on the daily, we come to this supply, right? You can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times the market tried to break above this supply, and it failed, right? If it failed, then I would expect price to drop back to this demand, right? So we might have opportunity to sell there if you find one, because path of least less resistant. If the price rally up, it get rejected, rally up, get rejected, it is not able to break above this, then the market will take the least path of least resistance, which is moving downwards, right? So if there's opportunity for us to sell there, which I don't see opportunity there right now, because there is a CP supply, but it's not fresh, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, right? So that CP supply has been overused, right? Therefore, I'm not interested to sell that CP supply. If we go to the page 4, now see is there any potential level that we can sell. We have CP supply here, and then there's the RP supply. Okay? Since the trend line has been removed, therefore we should not, right? We should be taking the confirmation entry. The best entry again will be the price extreme. Right? Price extreme will be the best. Okay. So for dollar yen, really there's not much I can think of, right? Let's just watch. But it looks like, based on the price action, it looks like price is willing to take another rally up, right? You can see the price actually dropped. It dropped to this low before, and it rejected by this low, it go up, right? So we might see the price go back up again here. before it starts to come back up. Okay? Okay, so that's dollar yen. The next one is the Australian dollar, right? Australian dollar.